All right, well, welcome everybody to Neighborhood Gems. My name is Adam Carr. I'll be the moderator this evening. Really, I think my job is just to be the hype man, to be excited about all the amazing people that are going to present this evening and get out of their way. We're going to get started really soon, but this event, I work behind the scenes at Milwaukee Neighborhood News Service as the Deputy Editor for Community Engagement. We do objective reporting in Central City neighborhoods in Milwaukee. Doors Open is something that we've covered over the years. And when Grace from Historic Milwaukee said, we're going virtual this year, do you want to partner with us on an event? I said, let's do it. And this is what we came up with. So Grace, do you want to tell us a little bit more about Doors Open and yeah, give us a little bit of background.
Yeah, we're on day 6 of a 16-day virtual Doors Open this year. So it looks a lot different than it has in the past. And I'm going to just share my screen to show you what's happening with Doors Open if you haven't already participated in it virtually. I think that'll be the best way to, here's my Facebook page. Oh, and look at this. We have Milwaukee Neighborhood News Service page. Really, if you aren't already a subscriber, please visit Milwaukee Neighborhood News Service, subscribe, donate. They are also a nonprofit and they are an awesome partner. One of the things that our program hopes to do is educate people about Milwaukee's neighborhoods and change perceptions of neighborhoods, and Milwaukee Neighborhood News Service is really doing that. So here's our webpage. You can go to historicmilwaukee.org or doorsopen.org, doorsopenmilwaukee.org, and there's a lot of ways to participate. You can visit 85 buildings and take virtual tours. What I'm really excited about, and I think is most relevant to what we're talking about tonight, is our neighborhood program, which highlights 16 Milwaukee neighborhoods. We also have a really great neighborhood activity booklet that you can visit. And then a big shout out to several of the people on this presentation tonight are involved in Doors Open in one way or another. And one really cool highlight is this art activity with Sarah Luther, who is going to be presenting tonight. So that's something that you can do on our website as well. But I'm going to kick it over to Adam and our panelists, our presenters, to talk more about these amazing neighborhood gems.
Thank you, Grace. So I'm excited to be standing before you in the main event. I'm just going to give you a little bit of ground rules for what's going to happen. Each of our presenters has prepared a 5-minute presentation. They have a bunch of images. They have a whole stack of media that they're going to use to tell the story, the visual story of their project that they're connected to. I actually do have, I'm serious about this 5 minutes thing. I bought this. This is a 5-minute timer. So all of you are going to have exactly 5 minutes. I'm not sure how when to tell that there's 30 seconds left, but I'll come in when there's not that much sand left and I'll say not that much sand. Okay. For all of you that are watching, our attendees, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We're going to do a Q&A at the end. So at the very end, we're going to have about 10 minutes, if all goes to plan, for questions, and we're going to invite all of our panelists to participate in that. Sound good? All right, with that, we have 7 amazing projects. I should point out one of our projects wasn't able to make it this evening. Glorious Malone's Fine Sausage on King Drive. They make head cheese. Daphne Jones is amazing. She unfortunately just could not make it this evening, but we have 7 incredible people for you. And with that, we're going to go to our first person. Angelique, are you ready? All right. All right. I got the screen share going. I want to make sure you get your full 5 minutes, and you tell me when to go and I'll turn this over.
Yo, let's go. Frago Rocket.
All right, go.
All right, so Visual Vibes on Villard is the Villard Avenue Business Improvement District's large-scale public art initiative to bring arts back to the district. So we partnered with Wallpaper City and business owners who own buildings in our district, and we launched a exclusive, I will say, exclusive to Milwaukee artists, to hire Milwaukee artists to do our project. And so I want to share what we have going on. So this first slide is our map, our district map of where the the murals are. We did community visioning sessions, and we pulled our themes from topics that our community felt like were things that they wanted to see happen or that were important to them. So next slide, please. So Beata Meredith is our first artist going up. She's born in Thailand, but from Milwaukee, been here over a decade. Her husband T-Man over there, y'all can see that's the business owner in the picture with them. And she's painted this wall, and hers is dedicated to our mothers, Black women, Black mothers who birthed the Black community. And, for me, I affectionately gave her this unofficial award called the Community Engagement Award as an artist. As you can see, look at these pictures of her engaging with the community, the babies. That's my girl, like they became family. So a beautiful depiction of Black women in, traditional African head wraps, and, just paying homage to our mothers, just being the backbone of our community, watching fields become cities and towns, as you can see in this picture. And so, yeah, I love Beata, we love you. Next up is Chacho Lopez and Ben Stark on the largest wall in our district. This is called, he actually let me name his mural, Our Devotion to the Ocean. And so his is an environmental conservation wall that we got partnership from Milwaukee SIP grant and the Milwaukee Environmental Eco Office, Wells AARP Wisconsin, Cavanta Environmental Solutions, a few other partners that we really appreciate, but his was really paying homage to us taking care of our ocean and sea life. And so he just basically put together a conglomerate of under ocean animals and things that you can learn more about at villardave.com as far as the endangered species in his. So then we have Justice Suarez hailing from New York, AKA Aerosol Kingdom. He was here in the Harbor District painting another mural, and got done early and asked Wallpaper City, if there was a wall that he could, do something on. And she referred him to Villard right before we started this project. And this also is our environmental conservation. This is a great horned owl, and it's called Fire in the Sky. Next up is Kevin Sowens. Kevin is on a historic building in our district that was a historic firehouse, and he's basically paying homage to the history of Villard Avenue. So the past is our district was built by German immigrants, and so he has a lot of really important elements, like the historic almost 100-year-old theater, the Ritz Villa Theater on Villard, Henry Villard in his train, and just a lot of historical elements. Again, you can learn about these at villardave.com. And then next is Teresa Sahar. Teresa, this is her first mural, and hers is called Healthy Choices. So her whole thing was just really inspiring our community to make healthy choices with eating and health disparities that we have in the Black community. And she just, as you can see, she's did an amazing job with these Black hands and the fruit. And then
just a little bit of sand left, Angelique.
A little bit of sand left. All right, so last but not least, Amar Intarama, legendary Milwaukee-based artist. His is basically, I call it the Wakanda Wall. So this one pays homage to Black entrepreneurship, Black family, Black community, and the Black culture. And it was just amazing to see all of this come together, and we're happy to be a part of a Doors Open wall crawl this year. Appreciate you guys for having us.
Angelique, that was amazing. I can't believe that you just shared so much with us in just 5 minutes. And actually, you only needed you only needed a few sands of overtime. So everyone, I should mention this, and every single project that you're going to be hearing about today, don't be satisfied with just hearing about it. And I'll say, especially this mural project, you are invited to go see it. It's on Villard, right around 35th and the adjoining blocks. Angelique, what's the website one more time?
www.villardave.com.
Absolutely. And Grace is going to go ahead.
Yep. We'll be sending out an email to all attendees, and we'll post online links to everybody's projects that you hear from today.
All right. So that was our first. Angelique, I just have to appreciate you for batting leadoff. Yesterday, when a couple days ago, we were having a planning meeting, and I said, Angelique, I wanted you to go first because you're going to spark us off right. She said, no, thank you. And then I said, Angelique, I really need you to do it. And she acquiesced. So thank you, Angelique, for going first and setting the tone for everybody. Our next person is Sarah Gail Luther. So Sarah, if you could turn video on. And Sarah is the artist in residence in the Silver City neighborhood with artists working in education. Sarah's we've been friends for a while, and I am a huge fan of her art. She's a phenomenal artist, and I'm excited about what she's going to share with us. Let me move into the screen share. Here we go. I'm going to get my timer ready, and you tell me when to go.
All right, go ahead. Let's do it. So thank you for everyone for being here tonight. It's really an honor to be a part of such a cool group of people. I am excited to tell you the story of our very new Silver City Artist in Residence program. So the story begins with AWE. They started an artist in residency program in partnership with the Mitchell Street Library in 2018. The goal was to bring community together, to build relationships and empower people through making art. They wanted the neighborhood or the library to eventually take this program on as their own. And because it was such a successful program, it only took 2 years to make that happen, which is really incredible. So in the end of 2019, they started looking for new neighborhoods to pilot this program in, and Silver City got to be one of them. So I moved to Silver City in 2014, and I realized it was a place where I wanted to put down roots because it was a neighborhood that felt so rich in all the things that I wanted. Kids playing in their front yards, friendly neighbors, interesting architecture. It has really amazing, inspiring public places, lots of restaurants, grocery stores, and other places to visit that are all really genuine and all within walking distance, which is kind of incredible. So visit Silver City. Many positive things that I realized were happening in the neighborhood are done with the support and the hard work of LBWN, which is Layton Boulevard West neighbors. So as a neighbor, I decided that I really wanted to engage with them and volunteer as much as I could. In this past year, LBWN worked with a group of neighbors, including myself, on a new quality of life plan for Silver City, Burnham Park, and Layton Park neighborhoods. There was a ton of amazing ideas that came out of this planning project, but one of the major needs that we realized was the desire for more creative opportunities and activities, and also some sort of community gathering space. So I really found myself at this cool intersection of knowing AWE and working with AWE and working with LBWN and realizing that they had such complementary goals to each other. And I couldn't really ask for a better foundation of organizations to be working with as a public artist. So I put my name in the hat for to be the first artist in residence in Silver City and get that program going. And I was lucky enough to be accepted in that position. So I started planning lots of creative projects and workshops, events for people to get to know each other better, activities for people to be able to connect with the neighborhood specifically. And then of course, all of that had to change in April when we realized we weren't going to be able to gather in person or have a physical location for this project. But a virtual offering of these creative outlets, projects, and activities, I realized was just as important as gathering in person, especially as we all learn to adapt to this new moment in time and our new lifestyles in quarantine. So the Silver City Air website was launched as a platform to showcase all of the amazing things that we wanted to save and wanted to preserve and visit in our neighborhoods, all the parks, the public spaces, the businesses, the amenities, online resources for people to find whatever kinds of needs and services that they needed during the pandemic. And then it was also a place to share really creative ideas and activities. So there were art projects, art kits that were delivered contactlessly, and ideas for walking or exploring in the neighborhood. I shared writing prompts and brainstorming prompts. So just trying to get people really engaged and using materials that are around the house, things that were simple activities for people to find their way through their neighborhood and through their own moment in time. I really wanted people to find pleasure in like investigating and taking ownership in where we live, especially since we cannot travel as far as we might have been able to in the past. So for Doors Open Milwaukee, I was really excited to take some of these simple concepts of just exploring your neighborhood and create projects and videos that worked as an invitation for people all over the city to look at where they live with fresh eyes. And again, like, even though we might not be as busy or traveling as far, but we can find that inspiration closer to home. And I think Doors Open really exemplifies that concept and that idea. So it was really a wonderful partnership. The Silver City Artist in Residency will continue through the spring, which I'm excited to keep making projects and keep engaging with the neighborhood in whatever way is safe. And then at some point, we will hopefully be able to open the program in a physical location in the neighborhood. And then eventually, it will hopefully become a permanent fixture of Silver City, and there'll be new artists leading the way each year. So that's our trajectory. Thanks. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Thank you, Sarah. I actually happen to live like 2 blocks from Sarah right now, and also in the Silver City neighborhood, and you got me excited to go out and do stuff in our neighborhood. And I think
an art kit. Yeah.
Absolutely. And even all the writing prompts and everything, even if you don't live in the Silver City neighborhood, it looks like that could apply to pretty much anywhere you might be sitting in the city of Milwaukee, right?
Totally. Check it out. Yeah, every project can apply to anyone all over, but the art kits are available if you do live in Silver City. But yeah, anyone else is welcome to join in.
All right. Thank you, Sarah. You did a wonderful job. I wish if we were in person, everyone would applaud for you right now because you did a great job. Thank you. Next up, third, we have Camille Mays and the Peace Garden Project MKE. Camille, if you could turn on your video and unmute yourself. Camille, I will say pretty much everyone who's going to present for you today is an amazing person. Camille, are you there? So waiting on Camille to start up here in a second. She might have stepped away. Camille is a remarkable advocate and a remarkable activist in the city of Milwaukee. She does, and actually this is probably true of everyone who's presenting. She does all kinds of different work in the city. Actually, if Camille, are you there? If Camille's not going to start, Tia, would you be okay going next?
Sure.
Okay, so Camille, I'm not sure what happened to her, but she's not coming
I had
back.
technical difficulties.
Oh, there you are. Camille, do you want to go right now, or do you want to figure those out?
I'm okay now.
Okay, got it. So Tia, we will come back to you. Camille, I'm getting your photos ready, and I think we got them. Camille Mays, Peace Garden Project. Again, Camille's a remarkable advocate, activist, founder of Peace Garden, and she's a community mother, and I'm proud to call Camille a friend. So Camille, let me know when to turn over this 5-minute timer, and you can take it away.
Okay, I think I got this.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I am Camille Mays, and Peace Garden Project MKE started because of my passion for the community. I have a real empathetic heart, and I love a lot on people. And in 2015, it was a spike in homicides, just like it is now. And it really hit me. And so I wanted to do something nice for the families. And so I started Peace Garden Project, and that is replacing the makeshift memorials into landscaping. It's nothing personalized, but it's flowers there to honor the people who were, victims to homicide, and the community, because a lot of community members will have issue with the things that would be left there. So out of Peace Garden, I expanded and I started doing a lot of beautification art projects. I worked with Tia on the art project with the community and really started being like the voice and advocating for issues in the community to work around violence prevention and safe spaces and community building. And it led to a lot of different projects with so many people to name, but I've worked with Marquette, I've worked with UWM, I've worked with MSOE, I've worked with other community groups, organizers out here in the city. And I really advocate for support of people on the ground because I feel like we're the experts and a lot of people and organizations are getting a lot of funding and aren't making the impact that the people on the ground are. So I really push for getting people to look at things outside the box and try new ways other than what we've been doing in the city, because I believe we have a lot of answers. So you started seeing homicides decreasing each year gradually up until COVID, when it wasn't a lot of outreach. And so what we've been doing, how we've seen the work grow with the families and people and how they've been touched and the healing and how the families say that the peace gardens and the projects that we've done give them a sense of peace, a balance. I just wanted to keep continuing to add that healing and had an impact. So I just wanted to touch people. And then in November of last year, my son, Darnell, my Buka, I call him Buka, he was murdered. And then I was on the other side of the work that I did. And it's been a very trying experience being on the other end of the work that I did. It's been challenging. It's made me want to shift some of my work, especially with some of the violence, even at funerals now. But I still want to focus in on the healing. And I've really been getting into plants, crystals, practicing my singing bowl, and just really opening up people around me to different things to find peace and mindfulness in this time like a COVID, right? And just everything else. And so we just try and do outreach. We still been doing some projects. This summer we did a Guns into Garden Tools event for victims of homicide, and we actually welded and beat guns into garden tools. I actually have a tool that I was gifted here, and this is actually from a gun. And so I just want to focus on doing impactful healing events like that going forward and just continue my journey in healing and to just go through the journey with other families experiencing the same thing, because I really feel like it's just not enough support out here. And this city needs a lot of love and a lot of healing. And so that's where I come in at with Peace Garden Project and where we want to make a change.
Camille, thank you so much. I appreciate that you were so vulnerable in sharing your own personal story as part of the work you've been doing with Peace Gardens. I love you and appreciate the work that you're doing in the city. And absolutely. Thank you, Camille.
Thank you, Adam.
All right. So Camille, such amazing work. We are now moving to Tia Richardson. Tia, Tia is a phenomenal community artist whose work is just remarkable. And I feel, Tia, I've shared this story before on a different event recently. When I moved back to Milwaukee in 2008, one of the very first people I met was Tia. We went to Indian summer together with my friend and another friend, and we were just kids, Tia. That was so long ago. And to have seen all the different ways in which your work, in which your art, in which your community practice has grown, you continue to just be amazing and inspiration. So Tia, we're mostly going to watch a video for Tia, so I don't think the timer will be not that big in effect here. But Tia, you want to give us I'll start this when you start, and then we'll have kind of a 30-second intro from Tia for the video that she's going to share. And Tia, tell me when you're ready.
Okay, ready. Okay, thank you, Adam. Hi, everyone. So this video is about a mural training program I created for high school artists with Milwaukee Christian Center. Every summer since 2018, we painted a new section on the back of El Rey Wall, of 200-foot wall, and with people from that neighborhood, 14th and Forest Home. So this video is from last year, and it shows the process students and community go through. And this year, I'm happy to say I hired some alumni to help me on some of my other projects. Let's watch. The idea is to get them ready to work alongside the community through a series of workshops where they work hands-on with community to get their input and their sketches and their ideas. Who thinks they could draw any of those pictures? Okay, great. In the workshops, we'll have people identify some of the challenges that they're facing, some of the problems, the struggles, and we'll spend some time thinking about some things that they think would help improve any of those. That's talent.
It brings a sense of pride that they are included in something like this. Because certain murals, people just pay a bill, pay a person to paint any art on the back of a building. But with this, the way we did it is going to the community workshops and paint, is we get input from everybody, and everybody has their own opportunity to be put in the mural even if you aren't painting it.
Safe streets, immigration, mental health, and then substance abuse just came up.
Seeing like the violence, the shootings.
And there's like the homeless person, because like church should be a place where people could go and get what they need.
This ideally would address a lot of these. We feel like some of this would improve some of these.
So it's like you see something up there at the mural that you like talked about at the workshop, brings a certain pride and a happiness that you say, I did that, I helped that, I made this into my community, and look how beautiful it is.
Then we took those ideas and those drawings, those actual drawings, we took those back and we tried piecing them together and saying what was talked about a lot, what seems to be one of the things that is really important to a lot of people in the community.
And after the design is done, we have some days for the community to put the first layers of color on the wall. A group of completely different people that might not know each other thought of these things, and they care. And so for somebody to see that, it's a reflection of what's possible.
Now that I know how to make murals, I will definitely be working on murals in the future, definitely, like 100%, even if it's something small, because I realize like this is something great.
It's really been an honor to work with Tia and with my peers on this project. It means a lot to me in terms of my personal development as a young artist. This has definitely been the most rewarding experience, because I've come to realize that what I am sort of supposed to do as an artist isn't exclusive. It's not something that's reserved for the people who have resources. It's what I'm supposed to do as an artist is give back to my people, my community.
I believe it's helping people find within themselves that they have the ability to create something. And we all want change, and this is a way to do that. So by involving people, it helps them see that they can be a part of making change.
Trying to do the things that really bring you closer to the community and bring the community closer to you. And once we get closer, we get tighter, we get stronger, and that makes it a better place to live.
Tia, that's so amazing. I can't believe you exist. That's so amazing. Thank you, Tia. During the pandemic, one of the first things I did when I left the house after this Safer at Home order, Tia, is I went to the CBS across the street, and I was sitting there in my car looking at your mural, just like, and I texted you because I was like, oh my God, there's a whole world outside. And then a few months later, I was back at that wall with you when you finished the third mural. You guys did socially distancing. You finished that mural right on Forest Home. And yeah, and I texted you, I said, I want to see this mural finish, right? I said something like that, and now it's done. So Tia, thank you so much for this gift and all the gifts you give the city. Thank you. All right, so I'm having a really good time. I don't know about anybody else, but I am so, it's so amazing, everything that folks have been sharing. So spectacular. Amy, speaking of which, Amy and I have become close associates during the pandemic because Amy has been feeding me and my wife delicious food from their restaurant. Amy, can you turn your video on? And yeah, the first time I got you handed me a bag of empanadas when I was doing curbside at your restaurant. Little did you know you wouldn't be able to get rid of me. So
yes, that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. So Amy's actually sitting in her restaurant right now, and it's like going. So if you hear any, and I requested that. She said I could go home where it'll be quieter. I said, no, be in the restaurant. That is the right place to be. So Amy, you have your PowerPoint. You can start sharing your screen. I'll still turn this thing over when you tell me to.
All right. And can everyone see me still?
I can hear you, but I can't see you, but I think that's probably okay.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, again, my name is Amy Narr. I'm one of the owners of Triciclo Peru. Again, apologies if there are restaurant noises in the background. We are open right now for takeout and curbside pickup. I do have a pisco sour in my hand. And so like Adam said, we're having our libations as we go. But yeah, we are an empanada and pisco bar located at 3801 West Fleet Street. We do Peruvian street food. So we are serving authentic Peruvian cuisine. Just a little bit about Peruvian food. Peruvian food is award-winning. It is for the last, I think, like 12 or 13 years in a row. Peruvian food has won the Peru has won the World Travel Awards for best culinary destination. It's just such a wonderful mix of altitudes and weathers, and it's a very biodiverse country. So there are lots of exciting ingredients and ancient ingredients that come from Peru, as well as a mixture of different cultures and immigrations throughout the years that have brought together a really wonderful melting pot of delicious food. Peru is also home to some of the best street food in the world. And so that is what I'm going to be talking about today. So just a little bit about the two owners. Myself and my husband Mario are the owners of the restaurant. I'm from Milwaukee, obviously, and Mario is from Peru. I found myself in Peru in 2013 when I was serving as a Peace Corps volunteer. I was invited to serve in economic development work in the economic development sector in Peru, and I spent almost 3.5 years in Peru in the North Coast, learning all about the wonderful food and meeting some really amazing people and doing some really exciting work. And so that's why Peru in Milwaukee really is, because I was sent there and I found myself some wonderful food and a husband and came back to Milwaukee to start a business. So we got back here in early 2017 and decided to start a food truck because, again, Peruvian street food is some of the best that you can find, really. And the empanada is the product that we decided to go with because it's a versatile product. Mario grew up eating empanadas. They were breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, quick grab at the bus stop, you name it. You can pretty much find an empanada, fresh baked empanada anywhere in the streets in Lima. And again, an empanada, that picture there on the right is just like a breaded kind of hand pie, if you will. And so we decided that Milwaukee needed to know about Peruvian food and specifically empanadas. And so we started working on our empanada recipe. It is made from scratch. They still today are made from scratch. And they're fresh baked. Peru and I believe Argentina is a couple of the only countries that I know of that bake their empanadas instead of frying them. And as you can see in this picture, the traditional chicken empanada also has green olives and red pepper and boiled egg. That's very traditional South American empanada recipe right there. So we perfected our empanada recipe literally at home and then decided it was good enough to try to sell. And so we found ourselves a trailer, a food trailer you can see on the left there, and we kind of renovated it to become a food trailer and then took a shot at the streets of Milwaukee. So we parked anywhere we really could to try to sell these empanadas. We were doing our own marketing. Mario has a background in marketing, and so we were doing our own work there and social media, and became gurus of the street food business, I guess. Not gurus, but maybe rookie is a better word. And then we started doing a little bit bigger events. We started catering, and we started kind of contacting larger companies to see if we could do, pop-ups and things like that. We did a couple weddings. On the right there, Mario's doing a cooking class. So we did some Peruvian cooking classes with the Milwaukee Rec Department one year, and really kind of just popped up wherever we could. We became friends with some breweries because breweries don't have food, and we didn't have any beer, and beer and empanadas really go well together. So we were able to park on a couple patios and start to just gather a little bit more of a customer base with our empanadas. And
probably about 30 seconds left, Amy.
Okay, so when we started doing more farmers markets, Washington Park Wednesdays, there's a picture in the middle there that's the Doors Open Milwaukee event a couple years ago. And then we did some business pitch competitions to scrape together some resources to put together a brick and mortar. So this is the beginning of the brick and mortar that's on Bleach Street, 38th and Bleach. I'm gonna skip over this. We opened in December 2019. So the brick and mortar was open for about 3 months before the pandemic hit. We expanded to do other street food. We also started doing our empanadas frozen so that people were more comfortable with that, take and bake and baking them in their houses. And then we modified so that we could do takeout and have people enjoy our Peruvian food outdoors. And then we also have the Bleach Street Oasis is a vegetable stand that we just set up a couple weeks ago, supporting other small businesses in the neighborhood and introducing fresh foods to the neighborhood as well, affordable fresh food. So we have the farmers markets every day from 3 to 6 p.m. And we are going to start our resuming dine-in on Tuesday. So people can make reservations on Open Table for a dine-in again with us at Triciclo Peru. If you follow our social media, we'll keep you updated. But that is pretty much everything.
Thank you, Amy. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
For Mother's Day, we got some empanadas for our, and I still have some of the dessert ones.
Oh my gosh, you have them right there.
Because I forgot how long I should cook them and at what temperature. Can you remind me?
Yeah, you can cook them at 350 in your oven for about 25 minutes. If you do an egg wash on the top, they'll come out toasty, golden brown.
Thank you. I actually needed that information, so that was not
come
staged.
visit us for a pisco sour and some empanadas.
All right, Amy, thank you. That was so excellent. And I cannot tell you how many delicious meals and wonderful moments that you've helped provide my family in our home and in picnics around the city. So thank you for keeping it going.
Your support.
All right, Amy is done. We have 2 more folks left. Next up is Pulaski Park. We have 2 more groups left. Actually, our next group is a duo two gentlemen who I really like both of you guys. So I don't want to turn this into like a bro hang of sorts. Jose Perez, the Alderman, and we also have Travis Hope, two just excellent guys, and they are going to tell us about the it's not a new project, but it's newly renovated, so it feels like a brand new place, Pulaski Park. And are you guys ready?
Ready.
Let me get the screen share going. Got your images. All right, so you guys tell me when to turn over my timer.
Go ahead.
Actually, wait, hold on. Sorry, I messed something up. Let me go back. I did mess the screen share up. Let me do that one more time. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready, go.
Well, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to share Pulaski Park. I'm connected because I live just across the street from Pulaski Park and been here for almost 5 years. And for those of you that don't know, to the north of Pulaski Park is the Muskego neighborhood. To the west, Muskego Way neighborhood. To the west is Polonia, and to the east is Lincoln Village, and that's where we live. And just to give you an idea that on the near south side, when we talk about some of the densest areas and where some of the high crime is, it's Lincoln Village, and a portion of Clarke Square is where we're dealing with a lot of public safety issues. So it's a very dense community. Most of the residents near the park are homeowners, and as you go into a little bit into the neighborhood, you see the rentals pick up. The community has an interesting history with Pulaski Park because back in the day when the flood plan about 12 years ago started, and 88 homes had to come down to get it to the point it's at today for the expansion of the KK River and the deal with flooding. And as you see the old pictures of the river and how it looked naturalized, now we're having to deal with the concrete that's there and the renovation of removing the concrete and bringing it back to its original status of being natural and not having that concrete. So for us, what was once a very tense moment has now turned around, and the community has embraced the project of the KK River, naturalizing it, and it's become an opportunity for us to come together. And I'll let Travis talk a little bit about the organizing efforts that have made Pulaski Park and those 6 blocks of the river a gem in the neighborhood.
So hey, yeah, I'm Travis Hope. I'm the volunteer president with the KK River Neighbors in Action, and I started in 2014, being active in the neighborhood. Worked with a lot of great people from 16th Street Community Clinic, or Community Center, or Clinic, sorry, and just got a lot of people involved. You see the pictures. There are monthly meetings. We do cleanups. We meet every Thursday, third Wednesday of the month, and we just do cleanups, and we get a lot of people involved in the neighborhood. MMSD was real active, and 16th Street was real active getting the community's input on what went into the park. That's why we have some of the great things. That's the old pedestrian bridge. Of course, we have a new beautiful pedestrian bridge. It's very natural now. We have a lot of wildlife coming back. We have a futsal court that went in where the old tennis courts used to be. So it's just a real great place for families. And it's starting to like go into the neighborhood more, and also brought, this project also brought public art into the neighborhood, which wasn't there before. We have some beautiful art benches that's been there since about 2015 now. So we have a garden, and it's starting, like the Alderman was talking about, the houses that were taken down. We have beautiful gardens there. We have a natural playground. We have a lot of great artwork on the trail. In the future, a water marker will be on the corner of 16th and Harrison, which will let people know when to reduce the use of water because of storm, to stop the water going into the lake, flooding into the lake. So it's been a great project all through that really embraced the neighborhood. And you can see these pictures. I took some of these pictures I took for a neighborhood news lens I did with neighborhood news, and we did a before, a during the construction, and now there'll be an after one coming out in a week or so. So be sure to check those out. Those are some of the art benches we worked on. My kids been involved, the whole community's been involved. It's just been a great thing. And one thing that I notice now is I'm noticing people that are not from the neighborhood coming to visit us, and I think that's what makes a great park, because not only the neighborhood uses it, but the whole city, the whole community, the county want to come check it out. And I think that's a great plus to the neighborhood of Pulaski Park in the south side. There's the great new bridge, new playground. So I just invite everybody to come check us out. It's a beautiful, we even got skateboarders now coming checking us out, families. It's just a great place to really come out. That's the futsal court. A lot of people love it. It's just a great thing. Before it was an old tennis court nobody used. So just, yeah, come, I invite everybody, come check out Pulaski Park. It's really done a lot of great things. Check us out, KK River Neighbors in Action on Facebook. We're almost to 500 followers, so if you haven't already, please like and check us out. Shout out to Esperanza and all the KK River neighbors and Stephanie and Midge and Jim. We've been doing a lot of work in the neighborhood, picking up garbage and trying to keep it clean for everybody.
Thank you guys very much. Jose, can you turn your camera back on for a second?
Sure.
So what we're seeing over your shoulder right now is, that's the park, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Jose, when you bought your house, you had riverfront property, but that river's getting better and better, right?
Yeah, no, when I stumbled upon it, and when I did, the first thing I asked was if the house was in the floodplain, and I'd have to bring it down someday. So when they told me it wasn't, that we moved forward.
Absolutely. Travis also, he mentioned this real briefly, but him and I have been working together over the years. It's been like 4 years now. Travis took pictures before, during, and after construction. So it's been a privilege to just put a camera in your hands and let you walk around and document your neighborhood. So cool.
Thank you.
Pulaski Park, everybody. I've been visited a few times already. I think it's a revelation. It's such an
We
space.
invite everybody to come check it out.
All right, thank you guys. So now, Jose and Travis, you guys did a wonderful job. We are going to our last presentation. Can you believe this hour is flying by? Lori Gramling, who is a phenomenal artist and neighbor in the different part of the South Side in the Clarke Square neighborhood. I'm actually on 29th Street right now. What street are you on, Lori?
We're right on 26.
All right, so we're a few blocks apart. Actually, I could probably throw a clementine to you right now if I tried really hard.
Use those little cups with the strings. Right?
Oh, that's a good idea. My cell phone is broken, so maybe we should get some of those. So Lori, actually a wonderful community artist and resident, and you also have some folks that you'll introduce through the course of your presentation, right?
Right, that's right.
All right, I'm gonna move into the screen share now. I got my timer ready here.
There should be one right before that, right, Adam?
Which one?
The one of the whole group, or maybe that'll come later.
That'll come later. We're gonna start at Christmas, I guess.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
Yep, I'm all set. Okay, oh, the sand's running, huh? Okay, so as Adam said, I'm Lori Gramling. I'm with La Familia de Arte. This is the name is something that our group of artists picked. We are a community-based group of neighborhood artists. All of our artists live within just a couple blocks, really, right at about at 26th and National. There's actually now we've grown to be about 35 strong. Before COVID, obviously this is a picture before COVID, right? We had, it wasn't uncommon for us to have 25 to 30 artists working in the studio at any one time. Now, after COVID hit, of course, we had to be more creative and do some problem solving. So there we started having people working in their homes. So oftentimes our artists will pick up materials, work in their homes, drop them off here at the studio to be fired. And they also work in small groups now back in the studio. But there were two things that all of us share. So there's, like I said, 35 of us now. We range in age from 7 to 70. You don't need to speculate on who the 70-year-old is, but we all share two things in common. One is just a desire to create beautiful art, but the other, like Camille was talking about, to use art to really help our community thrive, to just spread the love and the peace that art, the beauty of art can bring. So we had to change some of our strategies, but that desire to really do something for our community hasn't changed. And in fact, over these months, as we've seen more and more hardship and fears, trouble and stress growing in the neighborhoods, we felt it was just so important to fill our neighborhoods with beautiful art. And so what we've done is we have made our art available to any of our neighbors who want to host a site for an installation. We do that free for any of our neighbors. The only provision is they have to be willing to put it somewhere where all the community can enjoy it. And so we invite all the viewers, just as Adam was saying before, we invite you all to come and enjoy the art. You are welcome, and all of our neighbors would love to have you here too. So I'm going to be now passing the mic on to the other artists here. Winishka is going to come first here.
Hi, my name is Winishka. Something that I really love and appreciate of working here with Lori and my friends and family is that I can think about how my art can make someone smile, and that's just really heartwarming.
Thank you, Winnie. You want to introduce yourself, Paco?
Hello, my name is Francisco Ramirez, and I am a member at the community of La Familia de Arte. Something that I really like enjoying here is that I learned my true passion about art, and I came across and saw that I can make beautiful stuff that I didn't know I was capable of. And over the past year that I've been here, I've learned a lot and made really good memories with everyone here. And I really recommend people doing art. This can also be like a pass. I don't know. It's just really good. It changed my life overall.
All right, and I'm next. Hi, everybody. My name is Lucas Alamo, and I am the senior artist in residence for La Familia de Arte. And we've seen so much grow over the past just couple years that we've had this initiative in place on a community level as well as on a studio-based level. I think that the two are intertwined very intimately. And it is in my belief that I think that community art can create this ripple effect wherein if you essentially are tackling different challenges in your neighborhood, community art should be there as a solution to maybe a few. And this affects the quality of the neighborhood in terms of its presentation. And I think that that helps neighbors be more proud of where they are able to live. And it's just been an awesome ride to be together with Lori on this thing. We're neighbors. We live like just, I live right off National 26 on the north side of National, and she lives on the south side of National. So we're very close. And how much time we got left, Adam?
You're just about out. Any last remarks?
Awesome. No, and I just wanted the rest of our artists to say hello.
Okay, you guys want to say hi?
Hi. That's so awesome.
Thank you guys. This is awesome, Adam.
Lucas, so great to see you, man.
Yeah.
We live 3 blocks apart. Maybe we could go on a socially distant walk. If
do
that's
it.
too much, we can keep emotional distance the whole
No,
time.
that's awesome. No, let's do it. We can grab a few drinks, take a stroll.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Let's get a pisco and some empanadas, and we'll go to Mitchell Park.
Right.
All right.
Cool. Thank you guys so much.
All right.
Thank you, Lori, and thank you everyone in the studio. We have 4 minutes before 7 o'clock, and Tia, there was one question for you. What was the backdrop behind you? I'm pretty sure you're kind of a a traveler and cool person. So that was just kind of the thing you have up in your apartment, right? Tia, if you're there.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
what was that?
Yeah, I didn't, on my video, I didn't understand what was meant by backdrop. So the clock, my mom went to Turkey one year and she brought this back. So it's Turkish.
I like that. I like that the question was about like, Tia, you have a fashionable apartment. Tell us more about your accoutrement. So I guess I'll just say, if anyone, you feel free to drop a question, but we have been getting really beautiful, wonderful comments from folks just about how great this was. Sarah even just pointed out, you know, we specifically called this neighborhood gems because one of the things I believe in is like, even if your side streets and the streets that you rarely visit are the main streets of someone else's life. So I think for me, everyone we saw tonight, so Angelique, Sarah and Artists Working in Education, Camille and the Peace Garden Project, Tia and the 3 murals on Forest's Home, Amy and Triciclo, Jose and Travis and Pulaski Park, and now Lori and that incredible studio of artists and the neighborhood tiles on 26th Street. Those are all such incredible projects. Just to recap a little bit, Historic Milwaukee Inc. is going to send out information about how you can visit all of those and partake in them firsthand. I have not yet had a chance to go out and see Villard yet, the visual vibes on Villard. So Angelique, expect me out in your neighborhood soon, but I'm so excited that these opportunities are out in the community for you to go out and experience Milwaukee. So yeah, South 26th Street. I want to see people walking around on South 26th Street, checking out those. How many installations do you guys have? How many are there? It's like a little bit of a scavenger hunt.
Is it needed? There's, we have 50 installations we've done. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
50?
No, wait. We have 50 pieces that we've done.
Okay.
And now we've installed, I would say about 25 to 30 of them.
Wow.
So within the next couple of weeks, we'll have 50 pieces installed.
That is amazing. And they're centered on 26, but they're all around, right?
They're all around, but you know, what's really great is these are neighbors who are our art patrons. You know, they're the ones hosting it, which is what's so awesome.
I've seen some off 26 and Scott. They look great.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Travis works over there. So I mean, this is all a family. Travis works at Southside Organizing Center, so he's in the neighborhood. So Grace, any words to take us out?
Well, I would just encourage people to follow up on these places and these ideas and these spaces. And I just want to thank this group and these panelists so much for taking the time to share. We had almost 100 people logged on today watching, and we have quite a few watching on Facebook Live too. So I just like to imagine if we were all sitting in a room together, and really Historic Milwaukee doesn't have a lot of it. When we have in-person events, we haven't had a ton of events that wind up with such a large number of people. So there is a silver lining to the virtual space that we're able to reach a larger audience. So I'm just excited and really very proud of our city and the people who are doing these amazing things. So thank you all. And we just invite everybody who attended today to please go out and explore your city.
Absolutely. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. See you all later. Leave.